Hey, hey, what do you say? We are back after a summer, which we're on Eleanor. Hey, so I have been getting things cleaned up, getting things in order, making things better, and we need to expect some mistakes tonight. I mean, I haven't been live in 4 weeks. Is it 3 weeks or 4 weeks? I kind of forgot how many weeks it's been. I've been resting. I got the room back. They finished the electrical work, and I'm actually able to start putting the cameras out and feel kind of safe about it. Okay. So what we'll have coming up tonight is the new Nikon Z6. Not this one. This is the Mark I. This is the original Nikon. This guy right here. This is the original Nikon. So I have been playing around with the new one, the Z6 Mark III, for a couple of. Has it been a couple of weeks? Randy would know, because he's the one that got it over to me to play with. So it feels kind of good to be back with you guys live on the air. We get to talk about all kinds of strange things, all kinds of normal things, all kinds of weird things, and everything else in between. So this is the Canon R6 Mark II. Now, I did move up. I was back over here. The chair rolls very easily, in case you haven't noticed. And I cleaned off the desktop, and I brought myself back to where I was, let's say, a couple of years ago. All right, so, which would be at this desk, and I called it the Christmas desk. So long story short, they were doing work in here, and I felt insecure with the ability to keep the cameras in my hands. I thought they would get stolen. So I actually had to take them off of their tripod heads and put them away, because there was guys coming in and out of this room that I didn't know who they were. Okay, so that's not a comfortable feeling, because if a camera's missing, what are you going to say? So I packed it all up and I went on vacation, and I'm back. Labor Day weekend went well. Went to my brother's for barbecue. Oh, Scotty's in here. I could see him. Hi, Scott. How you doing? Let's see if these things still work. Yes. So be expecting me to make some mistakeys tonight. Okay, that's just the way it is. And Jim is here. Now, I do know that Jim has been flying around, because I think last week he connected up with me and he told me he was going to Atlanta. So he's saying, so great to see you, Peter. Happy Friday to all. It feels good to be back with my buddies. You guys many of you are buddies, honestly. So, and I've been going through ups and downs. You know, first of all, going live is kind of like a therapy, and that got taken away. So that wasn't, very cool in my eyes. So when I'm here and I'm surrounded with my friends, okay, so now here is the new Z6 Mark III. So I left it so that you could see what's going on in the camera, which means the HDMI information is not in the clear mode. There you are. But it is showing you. So let's just pause this here for a quick second. Okay. So this is the Z6 Mark III. I have an 85mm lens on here at 1.8. Can you tell me what f-stop I'm set to? Well, if you read right across the bottom, I'm at 1/50th of a second, because I am running 24 frames per second. I'm at f1.8. I am at I'm at ISO 250. I'll get it right. All right, let's see if it says anything else. I'm in manual mode, and it's handling the autofocus on its own, which is a good thing. Now, Uh, the sound is not coming through that camera. The sound is actually coming through this mic, and the mic is piped directly into the computer. So that is what you're hearing. And I don't see, oh, it's showing you that I'm doing 24p. See, let's see if I can move my finger. See right over here? I'm running at 2160, which means I'm running at 4K. So this is going out the door at 4K. And at 24 frames per second. They call it 24p, which is technically not correct, but it's not technically incorrect because it is 24 frames per second in progressive mode. Okay, so when it comes to this camera here, you'll see that I left the HDMI on, and all the rest of them are basically normal. So the reason that I have it is because a lot of times people are quite curious. What are you running? What's your settings? How does it look? Well, now you can see how it looks, okay? Because, you know, it's right there in front of you. And I am running, Randy sent me a battery, not a backup, but a dummy battery, so that I don't have to run, where are we? Over here now. All right, so this is the way that the Z6 Mark III eventually will look. It'll be clean HDMI. But just for grins and giggles, tonight we're going to run it where you could watch and you could see how it's autofocusing, what it's doing, and stuff like that. All right, so getting back into the getting back into the driver's seat, let's do a quick pilot takeoff check. Okay, let's see, are we running at 4K? Let's open this up and see. Yes, we are running at 4K, and it is taking 17 megabits per second is what is going out the door. All right, is our sound levels on? Yes, our sound levels are on. I could see the meters running. If there's a problem with the sound, I hope that somebody would speak up and tell me, okay? But I can actually just look at the meter and see that we're running fine. Okay, let's move this mic so that I don't keep tapping it every 2 seconds. So if you guys watch the Republican National Convention, what I found very interesting, technically speaking, is they used one of these exact microphones. The Shure, what's it called? I wish Sammy was here. SM57. All right, so this is the SM57, and they had one of these, and the Democratic National Convention used a very, very different microphone. And I would have to say that the SM57, the Shure, did a very good job. Normally they would have two, but they only had the one, so if it went down, they didn't have another backup there. Or maybe they did and maybe it was hidden. So for you guys that are here and maybe you have forgotten, okay, I always put the name of the camera up in this corner. All right, so it will be circulating automatically, and we will eventually come to the brand spanking new. I don't think it's been here longer than 2 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Randy is out traveling about, okay? So he's on the road tonight. So Sammy says SM57. Thank you, Sammy. Sammy takes such good care of me. So that is the mic that you see over here in this corner, right here. This one, that's the SM57. So this is the Nikon Z6, the original one, the Mark I. All right, so we'll get into the cameras more. So this show is the Peter Gregg Live. This is my live show. We are on 1 hour, 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. If it gets really quiet, we'll just log off. We'll be back next week. So there's no pressure going on. So I'm waiting to see where my operator error is going to rear its ugly head. Because like I said, I haven't been live, since the beginning of August, and now it's the beginning of September. So what's the chances I'm going to make a mistake Okay, or okay, so this is the whatchamacallit, the Z6 Mark III. Okay, so after a little bit, I'm going to get up and go turn the HDMI. Randy, if you're around, tell me how to turn it so that it's the HDMI clean. I mean, I can go and look, but I like to save time. Just go over to the camera and do it. So tell me the menu and the spot. Okay. So let's get back up to the top and say hi. So Scotty said hi. Jim says, it's so great to see you. I already put that one up. Scotty says, folks, don't make my mistake. I bought a Samsung 4K monitor from B&H via Slick Deals this week. Use Peter's links so he gets the commission. Sorry, Peter, my bad. I'll do better next time. Okay, so here's how the links work. Okay, so some of you actually are doing whatchamacallit. You are doing live shows now, or you're doing recorded shows. And many times you'll hear people say, use the links in the description below. So what that does is when I put my link up, I give it a code that B&H or Adorama. I got a new one from Walmart. I would have never thought in a million years that Walmart would have wanted to participate. So I probably don't have those links in there right now. But when you do the rewind, I will go in there and pop the links. So what you got to do is one of two things. If you're going to buy something, good golly, Miss Molly, use my links because it will give me a commission. Now, the commission is not a lot, and the commission doesn't influence me in any way. I mean, what is $2 or $3? You think I can be bought for $2 or $3? They give you a 0.5% all the way up to 1.5%. So it ain't no big deal. So those of you, you know how you see people going like, this is an honest review. Well, what have you been doing in the past? Giving me dishonest reviews? Why do they do that? This is an honest review of this car or that car or something. Sony sent me this camera, but in no way does it influence my thinking. Well, if you could be bought off that easily, you need to go to a counselor, and I got a good one for you. His name is Carlos. Actually, he's a member of our family. So, you know, my parents used to tell me when I was growing up as a kid, if a job is worth doing, do it well, right? Well, if you're going to put your reputation out on the line, be honest. Have some integrity. Don't lie. You can make a mistake. I make mistakes. And then I try to fix my mistakes. So use the links when they're there on the rewind if you're going to buy something, because it might give me $10, it might give me $8. If you buy something like a $5,000 camera, it might give me $30. Okay, all that is well and good because it allows me, that money goes into my account, and it allows me to buy something else for the channel. It's not going to make me rich. You won't be seeing me drive around in a Tesla because of it. Okay. And then the other thing, which is actually just as important, maybe even a little bit more important, I have to remember which camera I'm on, okay, is click the links in the description every once in a while, because that link has my code. And when you arrive at Walmart, or you arrive at B&H, or you arrive at Amazon, it registers that my link sent somebody there. There's no violation of your privacy. That's why you see people say, use the links down below, because it becomes important. So now I have it so that the HDMI is showing everything that's on my LCD screen. So you can see my shutter speed. You can see I'm running at 24p. At 4K, I'm running at 1.8. What it's not telling you is that I have an 85mm lens on here. Okay. And a little bit, Randy will tell me how to turn that off. Okay. I don't know. Does he have that camera with him? I don't know, because he's out and about. So, Jim, so good to see you. Thank you for the gift, Jim. Jim sent me a little gift, which was very sweet on his part. So, Scotty bought a 4K Samsung monitor. Congratulations. That is pretty cool. Isn't it fun when you get new stuff? So Sammy's going, Peter, what is it, Sammy? How you doing? Hello, everybody. I'm so happy that you're streaming tonight. Well, you want to know something? I'm happy too, because I kind of miss you guys. You know, a lot of you, like Sammy, I'll talk to him at night and before he goes to bed, and he'll tell me what he did that day or something like that. So that's interesting. But a lot of you guys I don't get to talk to, and I get to see you here. So Sammy is reminding me that this microphone that you see down here below is the Shure SM57. You know, Sammy's a brain. He's a brain with the gear. I mean, that boy is just amazing. I should say young man. He's not a boy. He's a young man. Okay, so now he just started college. He's back at college. Randy is giving me a thumbs up, so everything is looking good. And Sammy says, oh, I love the new angles. Well, I'm not sure. I don't think I moved the cameras. Did I, Sammy? We'll have to talk about it because I don't know what you're remembering. So it looks very nice. Oh, the background is changed. All right, so the flock tree is gone. And I have a new all green tree. And instead of the green tree being in the middle, okay, I have it over to the side. So it's there with the Christmas lights. And then I got, Sammy and I call it like a focus bear. If I need to focus on something, I'll bring that and set it over here in the seat somehow, and I can manually focus. So you'll see some things. I'm not completely cleaned up. So like from this angle, I still have a box of stuff over here. I'm using that as a backdrop for another camera on the sidewall for a different project. So I'm not sure if I'm going to maybe replace that with something solid or leave that there. But actually the rest of it is in place. Sly has these lights, and I'm saving up to get those lights. They're $129, and I think the chair protested too much. Let me turn the wheels. I want to slide up and lean on the desk, kind of like this. Okay, so here's the Nikon Z6 Mark II. Now on the Patreon channel, all the last week or the last 2 weeks that I've had the camera, I've been walking around the backyard. I've been making bread. I've been walking around in the kitchen, walking around in the family room, all using this vlogging. And now Randy is letting me use a 20 millimeter lens on there, which actually sits very, very pretty. It's not on there now. There's an 85 1.8 lens on there, and that's what you're looking at. And in a little bit, I will turn off and put it to the clean HDMI. But for the curious, because I'm kind of like one of those guys, we make it so that we make it. I'm the only one here, so who's the we? Okay, so I make it so this is the inaugural thing. I put it on standard color profile, and I put it on Kelvin temperature of 3000. We'll be able to look at that a little bit better when it goes through the HDMI ports. Okay. Sammy says it looks very nice with the shots, and that's good. And Scotty says the SM57 is ubiquitous. I have a hard time with that word. I saw it in a movie. That's how I found it, because I never used it when I talk. So I can't even tell you the definition off the top, but I did look it up when I saw it. Z6 Mark III, you need to put it on clean HDMI. No, I have it on not clean HDMI on purpose, because this is the first time that I'm using it, and I want to show how I had the camera set. So what time is it? It is 10:21, maybe around 10:30. I'll put it to clean HDMI. And if there's a fast way for me to do that, Randy, pop it in there. So Scotty says Friday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern. That's Peter Gregg. Now, if you're in Okie time, Oklahoma time, it's 9 p.m. Eastern. As a matter of fact, Sly is going to go on after me at 11:30 Eastern or 10:30 Oklahoma time. And why am I calling it Oklahoma time instead of Central? Because she's in Oklahoma. Let's give the woman some respect. Hello? Okay. So Friday night, 10 is Peter. Friday night, 11:30 is Sly. Saturday night, 10 is Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie. And Randy is on with 2 to 4 videos a day, but they're not live, but he puts them up. So you'll get to see all kinds of comparisons over on Randy's channel. So we've got everybody in here. So Sammy's up next. What do you think of the price drops of the Red cameras? The Reds are getting cheaper, cheaper, cheaper. I watched the video that Red might be missing the film shine. I watched the video that Red might be missing the film shine. Explain to me, Sammy, because I'm not reading it properly. So the price drops. Well, on the used cameras, it's going to come down, down, down. And don't forget, the Red camera company was bought out by who? Who bought it out? Nikon, which you'll be getting to see the Nikon with the HDMI data in on purpose in a couple of minutes. I kind of lost track of what's going on and what's not. All right, so that means that the prices on the Reds will be coming down as they try to move out the old product, because Nikon will be putting their stuff into the Red camera. You might actually get a great focus system in the Red cameras. And then all of a sudden, Nikon is in the movie business because they'll be able to put Red technology. So you're looking at the Z6 Mark III, brand spanking new camera. When I say brand new, I don't think it's a week or two old at the most, if that, okay? So, but I do have it, so it's not on clean HDMI. And that's for only the lonely. No, it's for the nosy. Okay, so that is what we got. You get to see all my settings. So the ZVE1, my Eleanor, looks very, very good. That's good to hear. I like it. I like it when Eleanor looks good. The colors look really good on the E1. It has very nice color. Why is my foot sliding off? Oh, because there's a piece of cloth there. Who's in charge of cleaning up this room? Hello? So the colors look real good. Nice and punchy. Is it too punchy? Do I need to bring it down a little bit? Display button. Keep pressing until all the info disappears. And I thought I had to go find a setting called HDMI output. And let's check that right now. Let me go push the display button and see if all that information will disappear, or if I actually have to go to do that in a menu. So let's take this off, because I don't know where the display button is when I'm doing this backwards. Alright, so let's go tiptoe through the tulips. Okay, display button. Where is the display button? There it is. Keep pushing, and it's all gone. Okay, now let's see what happens when we come back to the camera. Here we go. Isn't there a setting though for turning on and off the HDMI information showing up on the screen? Okay, I don't need to do that now while we're live, but if that's the right way to do it, we'll do it that way. Okay, so let's get my little rump back over to the chair and wait and see what happens. So let's see if we can go over to the Nikon. No, Randy, it didn't do it. It actually cleared everything out, okay, but we still, the HDMI needs to be clean. So in a little bit, I'll start going and I'll fix that up and get rid of the setting and put it to clean HDMI. Okay. So Sammy says yes. So Sammy, can I have $1 million? Yes. Sammy, can I borrow your FX30? Yes. Sammy, you coming down to visit again real soon? Yes. See, that's Sammy's answer for my questions. Yes. Isn't that cool? Sammy is what they call a people pleaser. Yeah, the background is very different. Okay, so if I don't know how much you remember it, but it's the flocked tree. I took that down. I put up an all green tree, and it is pretty much decorated. I didn't put too many lights in it, but I will be refining this. I will be refining it as time goes on. Because as long as I can go live and we don't have a background that looks darn ugly. So Sammy says, yes, I was talking about Mr. Focus Bear, Sammy. Did you see me talk about Mr. Focus Bear? Okay, and I have Mr. Dog Bear now. Where is he? Oh, he's sitting up there on the shelf. Okay. Randy says, make sure the camera's on video. Yes, the camera is on video. I've made that mistake, Randy. Yes, I have. It wasn't on video, but we are on the video. Sammy says, by the time Sly gets on, I'm already asleep. Well, I'll just come and poke you, wake you up so you can get in there, say hi, and then turn over and go back to sleep. Okay. Bop, bop, bop. Okay, so Sammy says the red Komodo is now $49.95 brand new. Boy, that's a big drop in price. Can you tell that Sammy is very hot on the Komodo, the red Komodo? Okay. So here's Carlos. In the words of Lewis, we back, baby. Lewis, are you out there? Big guy, I miss you, buddy. Come in and say hello. Okay, so they dropped the price just 2 days ago. Okay, here's Carlos. Believe it or not, Carlos, I remembered this time. But thank you for having respect and reaching out to give me a hand. Many times people will put it up and I don't remember. But for some reason, the docking got me. Somehow my mind was able to associate the docking. Looks like many are lurking. Who's out there? Hey guys, if you're out there, say hi to me. You know I don't bite much. Okay. So Carlos says, that's very true. He is a people pleaser, but on his own terms. Yes. Sammy is one of the best guys I've ever met. Why inspired the background? Why inspired the background? Why inspired the background? I'm sure you typed it differently, and Apple just gave you a helping hand. That happens to me all the time. So Sammy says that he introduced Carlos to Mr. Focus Bear. Okay. And Carlos and Sammy are best buds. They go to the college together. They have a dorm room, but they're not in the same dorm room. Okay. But I think they're in the same dorm building. Got to remember what Sammy told me. Okay. He has been on the Komodo kick for a while, or just any red for months. He's been stalking the prey, and one of these days, Sammy is going to, like a snake, just grab it. Okay. Yeah, my autocorrect is the same way, Carlos. All right, so what inspired the background? My autocorrect is crazy. Nah, I just put it together, Carlos, as we're rolling. Your VM was very encouraging. Great to have the Christmas room back. It feels good to be here. This is my home, okay? This is the way I've set it up, and if people don't like it, I mean, don't think I don't get comments that say, you know, how come you have a Christmas set in August? How come you have a Christmas set in May? Well, because I have had a Christmas set since 2008. Wow, that was an easy one to explain. Okay. So, Carlos is saying yes. Oh, Carlos is just like Sammy. So, Sammy, Carlos, can I borrow your camera? Yes. Carlos, can I have $1 million? Yes. Sammy, will you take me out to dinner tonight? Yes. I like it when people go yes, because then I can fill in the blanks. Okay. Randy, you need to tell me where the HDMI is in the menus. I know I'm going to have to go looking for that. I just wanted to make it shorter because I could just talk all the way through it. But I figured I'd make it a little bit better. Sammy says, I've been looking into the best deal for the last 9 months, but I have wanted one since I was, 16? Maybe we go back to 15. So, okay, that's the hint I needed. It's in the wrench because the Nikon is very, very, very developed in the menus. Very nice menus. So, Z6. So, this is the Nikon Z6. Okay, so Jeff is in Australia. Wait, I missed Mr. Camera Junkie. Hi, Mr. Camera Junkie. How's Aiden? How's Lewis? Tell me, how's Lewis been doing? Is Lewis doing all right? Lewis is Mr. Camera Junkie. And now we've got Jeff, and Jeff is in Australia. Aussieland. And he is saying hello to me. Jeff, you've got a trip coming up if I keep my calendars running. Randy is on a trip. I don't know if it's a day trip. Okay. And even if it was, too much information. What do they say? Loose lips sink ships. Okay. So, then HDMI out. And so I'm going to go to the wrench and HDMI out. Should we try that right now? Because what is it? Yeah, it's past 10:30. So let's go over there so you guys can see. You can see. Okay, so this is the Nikon Z6 Mark III. And I did have more information up a little while ago. Now let's see if we can get this to go to HDMI full frame. Okay, so I'll be right back. I'll turn the mic around so you can hear me talking. So the Z6 froze up. Let's go to the Nikon R6. Everybody's on a 6 kick. Golly gee whiz, Batman. Alright, so I got the camera in hand. Let's see, where is the menu? That's not the menu. Okay. Let's pull the camera off the tripod, turn it around, so I can operate in the normal way. Menu, wrench. And let's go down looking for the word HDMI, wrench. Whoa, 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 whoa. I am going down. I am at the copyright information, silent mode, HDMI. Go over. Okay. Output resolution. Let's go to 4K. Okay, output range. I'm going to leave that on auto because I don't know what that does. Output shooting information is on. We'll just turn that off. And we should be all clear. And I will come back as soon as I remount the camera up on the tripod. I'm talking loud on purpose because I stepped away from the microphone. Hands up, step away from the mic. Okay. All right, let's see what we've accomplished. Get my feet to walk me back over here and sit down. Now there's the Nikon Z6 there. Okay. And let's Let's find the Z6 Mark III. All right, so this is the Z6 Mark III. All right, so why don't we do this together? Okay. All right, so the camera's up a little bit too much, and I think it could use a little bit of brightness. Okay. So you want to see how I would do this? Do you really? Okay. All right, let me show you how I would do this. Okay. I would get, okay, I'll try to narrate what I'm doing. Let's go over to a camera. I'm trying to find the Canon. There we go. Canon. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get one of the focus bears. I'm going to grab my guitar stand. I'm going to take this little fella right here, okay, and I'm going to mount him on my guitar stand, okay. Now I'm going to quickly just sit down, whoa, without falling down, and I need to see about where the top of my head is, okay. So the focus bear is just a little bit too tall. So there is an adjustment on that. So I will bring it down. And that's about my height. Now let's go over to the Nikon. Okay, so you see how I could tell that the camera is up a little bit too high? Okay, so I'm going to come back over here where the camera is. And now if I can get my body out of there, I will lift that up until that is just right. Tighten it up. Okay, so now I'm going to take the little focus tool that I've got going on here, put it on the floor next to me, and see how well I have tuned it in. All right, so we're on the wrong camera. Let's go find this camera. That ain't too bad, honestly. That ain't too bad. So that's how I use the focus bear. I would probably bring the camera up a little bit more. So this is the Z6 Mark II. Wrong. This is the Z6 Mark III. Okay. So now I turned off the HDMI info. So if I back up a little bit, the 85 millimeter doesn't do too bad. So what I probably need is a 50 millimeter over there, or because let me check real quick. I don't think I have any zoom on Ecamm going on here at all. No, there's no zoom going on, and I am in the FX mode. So I do have a 50 millimeter on on this guy, the Z6, Z6 Mark nothing, or maybe we'll call it Z6 Mark I. Okay, so now while I'm in Ecamm, I can actually come and I can move stuff around. Like I can move that so that I like it so that there's like an inch or less between the top of my head excuse me, and the top of the frame. Okay, because I'm a portrait photographer, a wedding photographer. You learn how to set all these things up, you know. So this is the Canon R6. So with the R6, there is just a little bit too much room on the top of my head. These things move around, believe it or not. Okay. And now with Eleanor, she's coming up next. Okay, and she's up a little higher. That's as high as she'll go. So I would actually have to move the camera in that case. All right, and then we'll come back to this guy. This is the Nikon, brand spanking new Nikon Z6 Mark III. They did a great job on this camera. I really have to say that. They did a really, really fantastic job on this camera. So let's get back to you guys, because you are the important ones here. Okay. Where did I leave off, guys? Okay. Randy was telling me where to find the HDMI, and it was in the wrench. And he was spot on. Spot on, Randy. Spot on, Randy. Spot on, Randy. Okay, so Randy, it's clear now. Okay, the first 30 minutes I had it on, and now we're how we normally would set up this camera. Now, what I need to remember is I need to save the settings to U3, because on all the cameras, anything that's a Christmas room setting, I set it to either C3, U3, U3. I don't know what the Eleanor calls it, but it's in the 3. Okay. So Carlos says, I like the Z6 color profile the best. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at the Z6. Okay, so this is the Z6. Now this guy is pretty much tuned in, and I've had lots of time. Okay, this guy I've had 20 minutes. Okay, because I've been walking around with this. You guys that are on my Patreon, you've been watching me. I've been making all kinds of stuff, walking around in the backyard, showing you what I did with the pool. What else did I do? Okay. This doesn't look bad to me. My face doesn't look bad for I'm going to be 71 in October. So let's see. In October 13th is my birthday. So a little more than 30 days. So I don't look bad for 100 years old, do I? So let's go right back to the Nikon Z6. Okay. I would say that the profiles are not that far apart, Carlos, especially for not tuning in that much. Okay. So there's a difference in the lens. One's a 50 millimeter, one's an 85. So I'm actually, for a first time outing, not too bad. Not too bad. And this camera's right smack in front of me. Okay. So not bad. But Carlos likes the Z6 Mark I, the original, the old one. It's what, 7 years old? Both Aiden and Lewis are doing great. Yay, how you doing, Aiden? Daddy says that you're doing great. Are you doing good, Aiden? I hope you're doing good. Good, 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 good. That reminds me, I have to see if Sly's got her grandchild tonight or not. I don't know. Guess who had a baby? Guess who had a baby? Oh, I gave this information out on the Patreon. So somebody in this room has just become an uncle. And I will tell you in a minute who has become. So Carlos said, this is super cool. Super cool, super cool. Scotty says, I'm grateful for YouTube. What would we all be doing on Fridays at 10 o'clock otherwise? Watching a love boat. Ba-da-la-la. Oh, did I turn the reverb off? Love boat. Da-da-la-la. I still like watching Captain Stubing. And who's that cute girl that's... I thought she was the cutest thing since sliced bread, but then I fall in love with everybody. Guys and girls. No, not in a bad way. Don't take it in a bad way. I promise it's not meant in a bad way. When I say bad way, it's counter to what I would accept. Other people, I got wonderful friends that go and swing in every which way on every tree, every palm tree, although the palm trees are very hard to swing on. So Jeff says, yes, my next upcoming trip is in October to Melbourne. Da 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 da. Oh, that's the Love Boat. This time, I just came back from Coffs Harbour, New South Wales. That's pretty good. You get around. I don't understand how you get around so much. So Carlos says, what you said before reminded me of saying, break yourself, fool. Break yourself. Break yourself. Sounds like a rapper. Carlos says, show me your ways. You got to choke the bear. Oh. So Sammy says, I'm still waiting on Sony for shutter angle. There was rumors that this summer would actually get shutter angle in the FX30. Never happened. I wonder where it is. Gee, I wonder where it is. Okay, but didn't happen. So I think it'll come in time. I hope it's in our time. I think that's a misfocus bear. Oh, is it a girl? Ah, who cares? Sammy is laughing at Peter. Here's Jim. Remember I was saying, guess who became an uncle? Jim just became an uncle, and the baby's name is Wyatt. Wyatt. Who's famous? Wyatt Earp. Wyatt Earp. And there's a Wyatt that's in one of my favorite movies on Hallmark. He plays a good guy, so of course, what do you expect? So Uncle Jim is now Uncle Jim. Isn't that cool? I think that's awesome. Jim says, I learned so much when Peter walks through what he is doing to dial in a camera. Yeah, because I'm on the line. I got to put up, what do they say? Poop or get off the toilet? So that's why I was asking Randy for a heads up, because I would have had to go through quite a few menus to find. Now we're looking at the Z6 Mark II. Now, does this guy, Mark, I keep saying Mark II and it's a Mark III. Would you say this guy needs a little more brightness? How about if I up the ISO, okay, before it changes cameras? It just changed, okay, so let's go back, all right. Just out of curiosity, I do get curious. Would it look better if I had a little bit more light? So I think, well, I'll tell you what it is. Let me take the mic with me so I can tell you. Okay, so I should be wearing a lapel mic. All right, so I'm going up to the camera. All right, I'm pushing the ISO button, and I'll tell you where it's at. It's at ISO 250. So I'm going to roll it once, and it took it to ISO 320. So we went from 250 to 320, maybe a third of a stop. Okay. And let's see. Oh, who's that handsome, beautiful guy? A little more light. See how light really makes a difference? Now, somebody's going to comment and say, oh, it looks better the other way. You tell me it looks better the other way. But what I'm going to do is, after the show is over, I'm going to pitter-patter my little feet, and I'm going to watch the show on my iPad, because my iPad is the best balance between all the different things out there. We got monitors, we got phones, we got iPads, we got TVs, we got huge TV. Randy's got a huge television. Then you got Windows screens. So how do you determine where to set up the best looking picture? Where? So after years of playing around, I have found that my iPad is the best representation of just making everybody kind of happy. Everyone's not happy. Somebody's always not happy. You got that odd man out type of a thing, okay? But I think this looks very good. And don't just pat me on the back here. Give me an honest feedback. Don't get so critical that it's going to drive me nuts, okay? But let's say, I wonder, let's take a look here real quick. Hurry. All right, so let's go to the Z6 original. I need to see what camera that is. Okay, so that is camera number 2 in my setup. Now let's go to the Z6 III. So we got camera number 2 and we got camera number 4. Okay, now let's go up into another section of Ecamm. And I'm trying to find my split. Okay, so there's my split. All right, so forget the labels on the bottom. They don't hold true, okay? So let's see. Okay, so on the left is camera number 4. Let's take any zoom off of that one. Okay, so that's camera number 4 on the left, which is the Z6 III. All right. Now the other camera, what did I say it was? Camera number 2? Nope. No, I need the other one. I need the other camera. I'm trying to put them side by side. All right. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, let's turn on this keyboard. I do have a brain, believe it or not. Okay. All right, so what I need to do is wait for the keyboard to connect and then hold the shift key and turn on camera number 2 and turn off camera number 1. Okay, so now I have them side by side. Okay. So let's see. That's the Z6 Mark I. And that's the Z6 Mark II. I wish I could turn off those things on the bottom. Let's see what this button does. There we go. Okay. All right, so let's go to camera number 2 and see if we can try to zoom that guy in so that they're similar in head size. There we go. Now you can make a good comparison, and when I look at this later, I can make a good comparison. Okay. So the Z6 III is on your left, and the Z6 I, or the original, is on your right. So now we could all see which one we like better. Now remember, the Z6 I, the original camera, has been tuned in for many weeks. Okay. The Z6 Mark III has been here all of, well, let's see, 54 minutes. And I can't get up and go change things. But honestly, I'm not sure what I would change. I don't think either one looks bad. I think they both look darn good. Okay. So the red on the camera on the right, which is the Mark I, the shirt on the right looks a little more pungent. The one on the left, which is the 6, the Mark VI. Okay, I would say, let's see if I back up a little bit. All right, so if you want to know what I would do to change that, I would start by changing the Kelvin temperature from 3000 to maybe 2900. There might be too much yellow in there, okay? And that will change it. Should I do it live, or should I just move on and go back to the comments? Let's go back to the comments. Okay. All right, so, but that's what they look like side by side. I wasn't even planning on doing that. Okay. And you know who got jealous? This guy. Because why wasn't I included in that? Peter, what's wrong with me? This was just for the Nikons. Okay, R6 Mark II. Okay, it was just for the Nikon. So you haven't been left out. Don't let your feelings get hurt. It's terrible when your feelings get hurt. Okay, let's get back. I was on Jim Monday, Uncle Jim, okay, because he's a new uncle. And he had a baby boy, nephew. You know the old joke, right? You do know the old joke. Well, this man lived up in the woods, and he had this brother that was very, very much a mountain man. This is such an old joke. If you haven't heard this joke, I'm shocked, okay? But I'll risk it, just to have fun. So he had to go on a trip, and his wife was pregnant, so he had to leave his brother in charge. And lo and behold, while he went away, his wife had twins, a boy and a girl. So since he was the man, he named the kids. So the dad came back, and he goes like, I can't imagine what my mountain man brother named my children. Oh no, this has got to be terrible. So he said, okay, let me know. What did you name? What's the girl's name? So the guy said, well, I called the girl Denise. The brother said, well, actually, that's not a bad name. Thank you for giving my kid a good name. And what did you call the boy? He said, I called the boy the nephew. I laugh at my own jokes. Hi, Eleanor. How you doing, baby girl? Okay, so Carlos is smiling at me. Sammy says that Mr. Hugs will have to date Ms. Focus Bear. Okay, bring him down. Yo, Mr. Hugs going to settle down finally. Face blue smiling. Dot face blue smiling. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's something good. Yo, Ellie is the best. Face red heart shape. Are you trying to type in something and it's not coming through? Oh, yo, Ellie is the best. And he put a heart there. Got it. Okay, let's back up one. Mr. Hug, settle down. He's got a blue smiley face. Thank you. I cracked the code, Carlos. I cracked the code. There we go. There we go. There we go. So Nikon has that sharp look. What lens are you using on it? The new camera's got the 85, the old camera, which is this one. It's got the 50 millimeter 1.4 at 1.4. Duh. If I have a 1.4 lens, you can bet your bippy I'm going to put that lens at 1.4 unless I have to put it higher. Okay? And then this guy is a 1.8 lens, and it is at 1.8. Boy, that segue was gorgeous, right? It did it by itself. I didn't do it, I promise. Okay, so that is... there we go. Nikon has that sharp look. Mr. FX30 is hello. Hi, Mr. FX30. You coming to see Peter? And Sammy says all the cameras look good. Norm is here. You know, I was thinking about you. Why was I thinking about you? I don't remember why, but I was thinking about you. Merry Christmas, Peter. Good evening, Greggies around the world. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Did you have your chicken dinner on your Seder tonight? Hello, hello. Oh, let me ask you guys a question. When does the Christmas season start? I want to say the Christmas season starts the day after Labor Day. So September, October, November, December is Peter's Christmas season. Now, that might be too early, and maybe I should start the Christmas season on my birthday, which is right at the beginning of October, October 13th. Okay? So, but hey, the Christmas room is the Christmas room all year long. So, Norm, I'm so happy to see you. Whatever reason, I was thinking about you. Your ears must have been burning. And Sammy is saying hi to Norm. So, Carlos is saying, Sammy, I have the DJI Focus Pro on back order. Looking forward to working with some cinema lenses for solo recording. Oh, Sammy's going to eat that comment up. Scott says, I wish my Canons looked as good as the Nikons. What's the answer to that, Scotty? The first, I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2, this one and this one don't count. What's the answer to the Nikons look better than the Canons? Somebody tell me and put me out of my misery. I hit the desk with my elbow. They look pretty good. I do have to. I love the way all the cameras look. Bum, 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 bum. Sammy says, very nice, Daily Man, to Carlos. Jim says, great to be a great uncle. Oh, I didn't know it was a great uncle. Or if I knew it, I didn't forget it. I didn't remember it. I forgot it. Been a long time since we had a little one around. Spent a fortune on Atlanta Braves clothes for him. Oh, I know what team he's rooting for. That he will outgrow in just a few months. That's what they do. That's just part of what they do. They do a lot of other things too. Some of them make you laugh and happy, and some of them make you cry. Congratulations, Mr. Monday, on being an uncle. Great uncle, great uncle, great uncle. Carlos. So the 2 Carloses right in a row. One's in California, one's in Jersey. So the Jersey Carlos is saying, but you could, but I don't think it's necessary. I'm guessing reading into the future. No, let me read into the past of changing the K temperature. Well, you know, I get kind of curious, right? You do know I have a curiosity. So Jim is saying thank you to Carlos. And the Daily Man thinks, I think that's why I like the profiles. They're a little dark. Everything looks good? Everything looks good? You look great on the Z6 III. Alex, my man. Hey, Peter, how you been doing? Alex, I've been wanting to call you, buddy. I have forgot. Will you forgive me? Please forgive me. Okay? So do me a favor, Alex. Send me a text when you're clear. Because I know between your job and your school and your girlfriend and your new marriage and your 3 kids and the 2 cars and the house payments and the insurance. I'm joking, right? You guys know I'm joking. Okay? I would like to say hello. I mean, I don't get to talk to you very much. So Scotty says, I have a reason to be happy, Peter. Okay, I'll bite. What's the reason? I'll bite. What's the reason? Carlos says, try to get the R5C in the Christmas room, Peter. You know who's got an R5C? Where am I? I'm over there. Randy has an R5C. So you could go over there and watch him. And not only that, Randy has something else. Him and Simon. They both have the new R5 Mark II. And Randy has been going all over with the R5 Mark II. So, Rob, how you doing? Rob, howdy friends, been a while. Been missing you all. We'll try to be here more often. I miss you, Rob, and I love you. Thank you for being here. Schedule is a mess. Hope you're all fantastic. Shout out. Shout out to MCJ. Shout out to MCJ. That's Mr. Camera Junkie, guys, in case you can't put it together. Okay. So, Rob, we go back so long. That is just... My friends in here are just crazy good, okay? What can I tell you? My friends are just crazy good guys. They all are worth $1 million. It's $1 million. It's Hanukkah this year. Wait, what did Jim say? I just flew right past the man. Ha ha, Uncle Jim says, I had not heard. Oh, you mean I got somebody with that joke? Wow, golly gee whiz, Batman. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Oh, Shane's here from Australia, Aussieland. Peter's back. Not a notification as usual. Oh, I did put, you know how you put it onto schedule? So I did. I promise. I'm not holding back. But it's not me. But when I get enough money to buy YouTube, it's going to be a lot of changes. Oh, a lot of changes. I must agree, all the cameras look especially dialed in tonight. I'm getting better at it. You do it often enough, yeah, something starts to stick. So Mr. Camera Junkie is congratulating Jim on becoming an uncle. And he's saying hi to Rob. We all love Rob. And he's saying hi to Shane in the blues. And Jim is saying thank you to Lewis. Why is it hot in here? And I have the air conditioner on. So Scotty says, as soon as Mariah Carey starts singing, it's the Christmas season. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. All I want for Christmas is you. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I love that song. I'd have to say that's actually one of my, if not my favorite new Christmas songs. That's it. She's the bomb. She's the cat's meow. She's the cheese. It's YouTube's broken system for sure. And Scotty was slipped one in the middle. I agree, the countdown to Christmas creeps in right after Labor Day. I love Christmas. Why should I hide it? It gives me ability to witness what's Christmas about, the birth of Jesus. Do I love Jesus? You guys, have you ever heard me say anything about Jesus? Well, I'm sorry that I kept it under the covers for so long, but yes, I do. And it's an awfully pretty set. You stop focus breathing. Okay. So there we have it. It's after 11. Give it 20 minutes and you'll have Sly, God willing, and the bridge ain't up. She's probably listening to this as she's rushing to drive here or there. And just for grins and giggles, I want to go out on the new camera. Randy made these things possible because he lets me play with his toys, okay? So he sends them over, lets me play with things for a while, and then he comes and picks them up, or if he chooses, I have to send them back. But I do have to give credit because Randy just makes things so super possible to have things that I wouldn't normally have, okay? So Carlos says, oh, Carlos, no. Don't get me in trouble on my first broadcast back. Okay, I miss your Christmas room sermons. If Jesus is not in your heart, do it right now. Okay? Never mind religion. Never mind the country. Just say, Jesus, I open my heart. I ask you to come in. Forgive me of my sins. You paid for them on the cross. I receive that. In Jesus' name, amen. It's that simple. And if you did that, write to the address on your screen and send me $20. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, okay? It's not a joke. People that receive Jesus set up their eternal ticket. You know, when you take a plane ride and you're going to Greece or Sweden or Dubai or someplace, you got to buy a ticket. You got to get your passport in Jesus handles all that. He's your passport. He's your ticket. He paid the way. Now you know why I got a Christmas room? Is that okay, Carlos, that I did all right on that sermon? That's really what I believe, guys, okay? And I don't disrespect what you believe, okay? I do not disrespect what you believe. God gives everyone the right to make their own free choice, and I do too. I follow the leading of the Lord. You want to believe in nothing? Nothing, honey? If you want to believe in the cereal, you go for it, okay? So, nothing, honey is a cereal. You want to believe to the left? You want to believe to the right? I respect it. But don't tell me I can't believe the way I want to believe. All right, guys. I'm going to say good night. I love you. Have Jesus in your heart. That's important to me. You know why? It's not because I'm trying to be churchy. When in 100 years from now, we'll all not be here. I want you guys to be with me in heaven because I'm going to heaven because of Jesus' finished work. It's not because of who I am, it's because of who he is. So I want to see Scott. I want to see Norm. I want to see Carlos. I want to see Jim. I want to see Mr. Cameron Junkie. I want to see Rob. I want to see even the people that are going to watch on the rewind. I want to come up and grab you and hug you, and you're going to go, ooh, don't touch me. I don't want to be hugged. I'm going to hug you. I am going to hug you. I'm going to say I love you. So be there. Be there. Be there. That's the most important message I could give you. Be there. Okay? I might not be here to tell you. I don't know when my ticket to heaven arrives for me to leave here. Okay? So you can't hear me and get annoyed, okay? So just do me the favor and be there. I'm saying that with all my heart. Be there. And the surest way I know is accept Jesus into your heart. You don't have to change anything else. You don't have to become one religion or another. Just receive Jesus. And then when you come to heaven, I'll be waiting for you, and I'm going to give you the biggest hug. Oh, you're going to be so freaking embarrassed. Oh, dear Lord Jesus. Love you guys. All right, I'll meet you on Sly's show. Okay, be there too. Good night, guys. Love you. I'll see you, God willing, and the bridge ain't up next Friday. And if you want to see me during the week, I put all kinds of videos up on Patreon. They don't cost a penny anymore. You can give there if you want. I won't discourage it, but you don't have to pay to be there. All right. Love you. Let's see. I got 7 thumbs up. You want to slip in and give me a thumbs up? Oh, we got 1 thumbs down. And we all know who that is. They're trying to hide the fact on who they are, but we know who the thumbs down is. You need to grow up, young man. You need to bring out the good boy and put the bad boy away, okay? All right. Love everybody, even the bad boys. All right. Good night. Good night. Good night, Z6 Mark III.